Hey everyone, I'm Kevin. Welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics, where we talk everything Lego investing and reselling. And Insiders Weekend on Lego.com is starting in just a few hours, midnight tonight. There's a ton of great deals that are projected. I'm going to go through them all. I'm going to show you all the deals and promos that I'm hoping to stack and the equivalent % off. And then I'm going to tell you what I hope to resell it for in a year or two, or maybe 3 years, and tell you what my profit is and hopefully the return on investment. At the end, I'm going to touch on the international insider deals too. We'll look at Canada, Mexico, Europe, and Australia, New Zealand. And I also got to tell you, I just spoke to DG Bricks. This video has a little bit of a twist to it. He's actually recording a video himself as we speak on the same topics. We're having a friendly competition to see who can race to get it posted first. It's 5:24 p.m. right now, my time. I'm hoping to have this video up by 8 p.m. Eastern. But I highly recommend you watch both of our videos, compare and contrast our takes, and then comment on both videos and let us know whose you liked the most. Give us a little bit of ribbing. We'll have some fun with it. Here on Lego.com, Insiders Weekend is splashed across their website as advertised. It runs just this weekend, November 22nd to November 23rd. And then for everybody in the United States, Black Friday, Cyber Monday will kick up again on November 28th. A lot of the same deals and hopefully some new deals. But again, this November 22nd means that it starts tonight, midnight Eastern. I will be up fighting the website. I'm sure it will get backlogged and shut down. I might even have to go to sleep and set my alarm for 3 in the morning. But I've got some sets that I want to pick up. I'll go through those in these equivalent buy-in price, equivalent % off, and projected ROI tables that I put together. Obviously, the first one I want to get is more Lion Knights castles. I already have 2, but I would like a couple of more. But before we get into that, let's look at the promos and gifts with purchase for Insider Weekend. They're advertising double loyalty insider points on all sets and 2 main gifts with purchase and 1 small polybag gift with purchase. The Mini Knight Castle has a buy-in threshold of $250. The Hot Chocolate Stand threshold of $170. And then the Baby Gorilla Encounter polybag is a threshold of $40. So if you spend $250, you will get all 3 if you are a Lego Insider, which is free to sign up. Very easy, very quick. The GWP that's getting the most buzz is this Mini Knights Castle. I talked about it a lot in my last video. Not my favorite. I really have to study it with my eyes to see that these are little castles. All the Technic pieces that are supposed to be castle decorations look very industrial to me. These look like pieces of equipment that should be on assembly lines. And then I talked about this face, and I think it looks like a dog that's perched over the railing here. Does not work for me. 590 pieces. I think after shipping and fees, I'll be able to get $20 out of this one. So not great compared to previous years for Insider Weekend. And then the second GWP, only 256 pieces, but is a nice little Christmas build. It's the Hot Chocolate Stand. I think this one will be pretty popular, but I bet Lego produced a ton of them. It's a lower buy-in threshold. So I'm going to project that I'll be able to sell it for $15 after shipping and fees. But I do like the coffee mug food vendor design with the chocolate bar table. So now into the first set that I plan to pick up tonight. Lion Knights Castle, $400. But the rumors I've seen so far online are saying that this set will be 20% off. And honestly, at this point, because we're just a few hours away from Insider Weekend, I think instead of rumors, I'll say projections, because in the past, these rumors have been pretty accurate right before Insider Weekend hits. I do want to show sales tax in this calculation. For me, that'd be $24. So my total credit card cost would be $344. But double insiders points on top of the 20% off is a $32, not cash back, but $32 that I can spend on Lego in the future. I'm thinking Rakuten will be 3% for this exclusive set, which is $10 of cash back. And here's my Rakuten account, and right now it is showing 15% for everything that is not exclusive or hard to find at Lego.com. Normally those are 1.5%, but they're showing 3%. I don't know how long this 15% is going to last for me. Others have seen 10%, but in the past it's lasted into the wee hours of the morning, if not into the first day of Insider Weekend. So I'm thinking I'm going to be able to get some pretty good Rakuten cash back. If you've never signed up for Rakuten before, you can use somebody's referral link and get $30 or $40 cashback bonus on your first purchase. It just kind of depends on what the promo is that Rakuten is doing at that time. I have my referral link in the description of this video, but definitely go pick your favorite Lego YouTuber out there, use their referral link, That gives a $30 or $40 bonus to that person too. Whether it's me or somebody else, it's a great way to give us YouTubers a little thanks for our channel. And again, pick your favorite, DG, myself, Brick Domain, whomever. We all like to see each other be appreciated. And we all like doing videos together too, as you know. And one quick tip on Rakuten, if you're doing multiple orders, if you've noticed in the past, right when you put an order in at lego.com, you get that email saying, hey, you've put an order in. But then about 5 to 7 minutes later, you get that email saying that we have received your order and it has been verified. I have found that if you wait until you receive that second email to do your next purchase using Rakuten, you don't get the ineligibles that Rakuten posts sometimes. And I have had all of my purchases go through as eligible and got them paid out at Rakuten. Back to Lion Knight's Castle. GWPs, again, $35 total. So that's an equivalent cost with tax after subtracting out these bennies of $267, equivalent percent off of 33%. If after a year or two, I can resell it for $500, that is a $209 profit. I did pull some tax out of that too, to make these calculations as representative as possible for everybody, the big resellers, the small resellers, and that is a 78% return on investment. And one question I'm sure many of you all have is, will this set go out of stock while we're all battling the website and the high volume? It could. This could be a tough one to pick up. So this is the one I want to go for first, even though I already have a couple. The second set I'm most excited about probably won't go out of stock too quickly. And if it did, I think it would come back for Black Friday weekend, is this Coruscant Guard Gunship. Retails for $140, but the projection is it will be 30% off. That's $98. A little bit of sales tax. Insiders points, this time 15% Rakuten because it is not an exclusive or hard to find. Since it's only $98 after the 30% sale, I'll have to get 3 of them to get over the $250 threshold. So the share of GWP value for only one is $12. Equivalent cost with tax is $69. That is 51% off. If I can resell each of these for $160, that is an $82 profit with 118% return on investment. That is awesome. And keep in mind, this set has 5 minifigures. 3 of them are exclusive. Commander Fox is valued on Brickset at $34. Palpatine at $22. Padme Amidala at $15. And then 2 Shock Troopers at $5 each. That's almost $80 in minifigure value. And my equivalent buy-in price here is going to be $69. Third set I'm really excited about is Batman, the animated series Gotham City. You guys know I've been excited about this one all year, watching it closely. Have not been able to find it on sale yet. I know there was that combo deal at Walmart. I think the second set in it wasn't retiring this year, so I just didn't want to get into that. It's already on back order, so watch out. Another one that could sell out very quickly. I might have to go for this one first, in fact. But $300 retail price, projected at 25% off. Total cost $242. 10% insiders, 3% Rakuten. The GWPs, not $35, only $30 because I'm not quite at the $250 threshold. 39% off. If I resell it for only $50 over retail, that's $151 profit and 82% return on investment. I mean, this one might go to $400 or $450. The Jazz Club modular building, $230. Lego has it listed as exclusive, but it's at Target and maybe one other place. Best Buy, I forget. So I'm going to assume 15% Rakuten on this one. It's projected at 20% off. After all the promos and $20 share of the GWP, that's 43% equivalent off. Resell it for $270, I think very doable on the modulars. $124 profit and almost 100% ROI. The Disney Castle, I think this one is still flying under the radar, and the metrics are really, really good. Projected at 20% off. With the points and Rakuten and the full GWP value, $229 with taxes, 43% equivalent off. I think we could sell it after a few years, a little longer hold time, but at $550, $289 profit, 126% ROI. And we've got a comparable for this set, which was the original Disney Castle that came out in 2016, retired in 2022. Over a 6-year shelf life, retailed for $350. Brickset is only showing $362, but again, a 6-year shelf life. And this new one that's retiring this year came out in 2023, and Brickset is wrong with a retirement date of 2024. But it will only have a 2.5-year shelf life. This one could be very scarce on the secondary market. And then the last set that I could be interested in, but unlikely to pick any up, maybe one for personal collection and then hold on to it for a while and see if it does shoot up in value and maybe resell it. But I would most likely keep it for personal collection. But retails for $370, projected at 30% off. It is an exclusive, so only 3% Rakuten. An equivalent cost of $210, 43% equivalent off. Maybe resell for just over retail after a few year hold time. $171 profit and an 82% ROI. So tonight I'm hoping to do at least one Lion Knights Castle order, but I would go for 2 if I could. One order of 3 Coruscant Guard gunships, and then one order of 2 more to hit my limit of 5, and then throw in some one-piece brickheads or something like that. 3 orders of Gotham City. My dad wants one for personal collection. 2 jazz clubs, 2 Disney castles, and like I said, maybe 1 city markets. But when I add it all up, that's a lot. So we'll see if I get there and if my wallet and credit card can handle it. Oh, and I meant to point out on the Ninjago City Markets, yes, the original couple sets in this sub-theme are doing really well, like the original City, retired in 2019, $300 to almost $700. City Docks, retired in 2019, $230 to $600. But then City Gardens that retired at the end of last year, $350 and only $310 on brick set right now. And then the last few sets that will be on sale in the US that I'll be passing on: Creator 3-in-1 Red Fox, 20% off. Boutique Hotel, 20% off. We've seen it on greater discount. I already have a few. Land Rover Classic Defender, the large brick built. I'm skipping on this set. Durburger Restaurant, not retiring at the end of this year. Same thing with Gringotts. And 20% off for this upscaled racing driver minifigure. This one might be worth watching in a couple years when it's expected to retire. Canada's projected to have the same discounts as here in the United States, but a few more sets that are not expected to retire at the end of this year. This Art Love set, 20% off. Lilo and Stitch Beach House at 20% off. Neither of those interest me, even for investing in the future. The Williams Racing F1, 20% off, not retiring. Could be of interest for investing sometime in the future, but I would like one for personal collection. And then lastly, the City Central train station, 25% off. I think this one was actually 25% off in the United States too. And then both the United States and Canada have 4 to 8 sets projected to be at 4x insider points, but none of those are expected to retire at the end of this year. The 2 highlights for 4x points are Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and the Shuttle Carrier aircraft. Somebody commented this looks like the Minecraft NASA set. That's hilarious because of how choppy and stutty it is. Oh no. Australia and New Zealand looks to be about the same as the United States, except the retiring Technic Lamborghini Huracan, the orange one, is projected to be 30% off, and the Seaside Harbor with cargo ship is expected to be 30% off. And then in Europe, they're projected to have everything that the US and Canada is supposed to get. And then on top of it, this Hogwarts Express with Hogsmeade Station projected at 20% off. The Flower Arrangement, 20% off, not retiring at the end of this year. Shuttle Carrier, 20% off. The Polaroid from Ideas, 20% off. River Steamboat, 20% off. This one is 4x points in the United States. Piranha Plant, Jabba's Sail Barge, 20% off. A couple 25% off sets in Europe retiring this year. The McLaren F1, got it over my shoulder. Cole's Titan Dragon Mech, neither of those I want to invest in. Mercedes Speed Champions 2-pack, not retiring at the end of this year. And then expected to be 30% off over in Europe is this yellow construction excavator retiring this year. Been on sale a lot here in the United States. I do like it, but I like the mobile crane much better. And then for Mexico, everything we've already talked about, but 5 more sets, not retiring at the end of this year, but they're really good sets. So if you want them for personal collection, might be a good time to pick them up. And yeah, 20, 25, 30% off doesn't sound like a lot, but these are some of the bigger sets, harder to find a good discount. And again, stacking all these deals and promos, some pretty good deals out there. The Beauty and the Beast Castle, awesome build. I want this one for personal collection. Projected at 20% off in Mexico. Rivendell. I don't recall seeing this one, maybe one time briefly on sale in the US, but this is a must-have for me. This thing is a piece of art. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Maybe not as popular as a set, but I like it. The Botanical Garden. The interior is fantastic. And lastly, the Dune Ornithopter. This one is 30% off. The others were 20% off. All right, that's a wrap on this one. Happy shopping. Good luck if you are staying up late tonight fighting through the website that is inevitably going to be overwhelmed. You will be stuck in the queue or in the waiting line. I don't know what they call that. And you get to play that little match game. And don't forget, if you're there in line with me, leave a comment on this video, leave a comment on DG's video. Let us know which takes you like, which takes you don't like. And again, give us some ribbing. We might even highlight some of these comments in our next podcast that we do together. That's a wrap. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.